I know everybody's been having a meltdown about the gap in UFC cards. End of the year, beginning of the year. We go through this every year. But I think also that people get stuck in just watching UFC. And I understand UFC is the biggest and they put on a great show. But there's other things out there, other different forms, other promotions. One, Bellator, PFL, which is obviously the same thing now, but they're, I guess, going to keep it still separated to a certain degree. Karate Combat, there's KSW, there's ACA, there's a ton of small promotions. I know the quality isn't as good and the fighters aren't as good, but there's a lot out there. Bare Knuckles getting big. You know, that Masvidal's got his whole thing with MMA and bare knuckle. You got BKFC. You got, there's so many. Starting off, coming up this Friday, one is going to have two different fights, and I'm not quite sure if they break the show into two, or they have two separate shows, or maybe they tape them at different times. But it's 7:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, which is what I am. One Friday fight's 47. And then at night, at 8 p.m., is One Fight Night 18 on Prime Video. So it's a little bit confusing, and I haven't watched them in a while because they've been off for the gap. Everybody does it at the end and beginning of the year. I don't know. I can't remember. I believe they're both on YouTube, both on the One app, and One Fight Night 18 will be also on Prime Video. I think that's how it works, but I can't remember. I don't know. I'll post a link when the time comes, but that starts off Friday, and then obviously Saturday we have UFC. And then there's a ton of LFA, I believe, also is on Friday or Saturday. There's so many coming up. I actually printed out whole pages of schedules so that I could try to keep track of it, because once it goes into swing, if you watch the smaller stuff and the different combat sports like I do, there are tons. Sometimes there's 6 or 7 in a day that I watch, which is, 4 to 6 hours a piece times 6 or 7. It's a whole day. I take naps in between. That's how bad it is. But, whatever. There's lots out there, but starting Friday,